Welcome back, everyone. Here we go with another family favorite, something that all families love. Okay, so today we are going to make paella. So we're gonna start off with the water boiling for the rice. We are going to use yellow rice, one whole pack of yellow rice. I'm going to add 2 spoonfuls of olive oil. And I'm going to let that rice cook up. Now, while the rice is cooking, I am going to dice up my mixed seafood. So I have shrimp. Put all my shrimp on here, and I'm not going to dice them up, but I do want to cut them up. I don't want to put them in because I have mixed seafood. I have a seafood mix. Now it has squid, mussel, shrimp, and scallops. So I like a lot of shrimp in mine. So I'm going to cut these shrimp in 3 parts. Cut them all in 3 parts, so they make just like a more bite size. You know, I don't really want to be picking, like chunks of shrimp out. Maybe I'll leave a couple of whole ones in there, but I want to have some, smaller pieces. And I'll leave like a handful of big ones, but the shrimp that they have in here are really small, so I want some like a little bit bigger pieces. Right, I'm gonna put this on here. Now I'm going to the mussels and like the squid I'm not going to cut up, but no, this part of the squid I'm going to cut up because I want it to be just, again, more bite size. I don't want like whole rings of squid in there. I'm just going to cut them up. So that they're more bite-sized. Let's put them back in here. Okay. So I'm just going to move my rice around, make sure it's all boiling in the water. All right, so now I'm going to rinse off my board. I'm going to rinse off my board, so I'm going to wash my board a little bit. Let's keep it clean. Okay, so I'm going to chop up an onion. I'm not going to chop up the whole onion. I'm just going to do just a few rings, maybe 2 rings, and a little bit thicker. Okay. Chop that up. Just dice that onion up. Now I'm going to put the onion. I'm gonna saute the onion in a pot, and I'm gonna start adding these ingredients. The ingredients I'm gonna add are the paprika, oregano, black pepper, sage, adobo, minced garlic, onion powder, and we're going to add chicken broth base. So let's get a nice pan. Let's get a saucepan. Minced garlic, plenty of that, put plenty of minced garlic, put my sage. I'm actually going to take the top off the sage because it kind of does about as much flying up in the air as it does flowing in the pot when you try to shake it out. So I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to turn the fire off. I'm going to turn the fire off until I have everything added. Paprika, oregano. I'm gonna add plenty of these seasonings. Nice hearty flavor in here. Plenty of onion powder, black pepper. I know you're probably like, oh my God, the onions are gone. But it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna add, this is the adobo. And then we have our chicken broth. I'm gonna add about a spoonful of that. Full spoonful, maybe a spoonful and a half of that. Right, and I'm gonna add some water. I'm gonna turn it back on and add some water. So like I said, we're gonna saute it even though we added the extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna cook all this up. In fact, I'm going to add more water. More water. Make this a little bit more like a soup. Okay, we're going to let that cook up. Okay, so now that my broth is boiling, I'm going to add mixed vegetables with the carrots and corn and string beans. Add about a cup of that. Let this all cook up while my rice is boiling out of water. Rice is not completely cooked, but the water is boiling down. And you want that to happen. Let the water boil down. Let that water boil down some. Not completely out. Okay, so your rice, once it gets down to just a little water, make sure there's a little water in there, and it's not without water. You want to turn it off and let it sit until, and here's your broth that's boiling with your onions, and I added mixed vegetables, and let that boil up good. And when that boils, then we're going to add our seafood. Okay, so now that our everything is boiled here and nice and tender, I'm going to add the seafood. I'm going to mix this all in, and since seafood cooks fast, I just want to get it all in the water, in the broth. Get it mixed into the broth. And let it cook halfway. Okay. See, when the shrimp start to turn pink, then we're gonna take that off and we'll add it to the rice. Okay, this isn't a long process. The shrimp cooks fast, so it really only takes like a minute or two, like 2-3 minutes, and then we can just add it all to the rice. Okay, and now we add it all to the rice. Mix it all up. Make sure your fire's on, flames on. And then I'm just going to add some minced garlic. This is like a fresher minced garlic. I'm gonna add a full spoon of that and mix that in. And I'm going to add some, just another drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over the top. And I'm going to cover this with the top and let it finish cooking. It should take and I'm going to sprinkle some paprika over the top. Okay, so now I put the lid on and I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 to 7 minutes, then it should be done. So it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to just turn off the fire, leave the cover on, and let it just finish cooking. The rice will finish cooking, everything will cook in together with just the lid on. So we'll leave it for another 5 minutes and it will be done. This is definitely the best way to get your family to eat vegetables and seafood all at one time. Thanks for watching. We're sure you will enjoy the recipes that we share with you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. And be sure to watch them all to the end.